Hello, welcome back to another episode over here at the Dana Lee Project. Mandy and I are having some fun conversations lately. Sometimes they're questions, sometimes they're topics. Let's dive right into it. So, what do you got for me, Mandy?
Okay, so last week we talked about words. This week, I want to ask you, how and why does exercise change the way we feel?
Oh, I mean,
Every time I give you one, you're like, I wish I was prepared for this.
well,
You just start preparing.
because I'm certainly like there's so much science behind it, but
Give me the kindergarten version.
the version is that, well, the bottom line is humans are meant to move. Humans are meant to move. And our society, we have gotten to this point. It used to be so labor intensive with so much of, physical labor was demanded because that was how we got by every day, with needing to work for our food and like physically like work the land and our over time our technology has replaced that, and we keep outsourcing our movement, and there's more automation going on. To the point that even in a car you've got like a TV screen to look at instead of turning to like look behind you.
Oh, yeah. I still look, though. I'm so paranoid.
I still look too.
Yeah.
I have a Jeep, and there are a lot of blind spots in my Jeep. I also don't want to rely on outsourcing my movement. So there's a correlation between like we're sitting all the time and we're not moving our body, and then this other thing is happening in our society with anxiety and depression and loneliness. And it's like if I had a graph in front of me, there would be a correlation between less movement in the body and these types of crippling emotions that come up that a lot of people are experiencing. So the basics of that, human movement and exercise, starts to literally like move emotions through the body where they otherwise get stuck. So it changes your state. It's like it is part of the solution of all the things integrated of being human and being able to function comfortably, healthfully, like up to par, right? So that's like the basics of it, in that exercise is part of the solution that moves stuck energy, where otherwise you're sitting there, on your phone, on your computer, whether that's work related, whether it's just video games. It could be a lot of combination of things of like just over time doing, and I will often say this, the less you do, the less you do. The less you do, the less you do. And you certainly see that in elderly. It's like, it's the beginning of the end if you end up breaking your hip and then you're not doing the physical therapy and the moving through. So then you're like, I'm in pain, this hurts too much, I'm not going to move. And then because you're not moving, everything else is connected. Your brain is connected to that. Everything's connected to that. So exercise is such a fundamental human requirement that is the way that I see it. Yes, we lift weights, and it started when I was younger, of like wanting to be skinny.
Mhm.
But now my career has just brought it in so many other, like there's so many other benefits to it that I cannot imagine not doing it. And it is absolutely part of my mental well-being.
Mhm.
Like, I don't even know, like, the physical part of exercise and lifting, and you know, because you lift with me, right? We
Yeah.
lift strong. I lift heavy. I mean, but I think the bigger driving factor for me is my mental and emotional well-being.
110% the same on my side. Like, it's not about, and I mean, it's funny too, because I'm thinking if I were watching myself 3 years ago,
Yeah,
and I'm looking at this girl with these muscles,
I know.
okay, look at these beasts.
Hmm.
I'd say that bitch works out so she can show off her arms. Absolutely not. I'm telling you right now, from beginning to end, it's an awesome perk. It's really cool to show
Yeah.
my arms off in a tank top, and people be like, "Girl, you're getting beefy," and I'm like, "I know, right?" Why do I go into that room? Why do I turn this computer on? Not at all. It has nothing to do with my body's the way it looks. It
Hmm.
has 100%, 110%
Yeah.
how I feel
Yeah.
before I
And
walk
then
in and when I walk out.
and then how you feel about yourself. Um, and I'm not talking, yes, we're like, yes, the arms. Yeah, okay. However, we have both been in bodies in our life that we did not feel like we were thin or whatever, and it seemed ideal, but
Yes.
inside we did not feel that way about how we looked. There was a mismatch with that, which is body dysmorphia. Um, However, now the interesting thing is, and I know there's going to be people listening to this that
Tell
are
us to
gonna be
fuck
like,
off.
yeah,
I don't blame them.
F you guys.
Don't
F
fucking
you
blame them.
guys. And I understand that. But if you really want to feel that ease with exercise and food, we're like Mandy and I are letting you in on like the secrets. It can't be about that aesthetic anymore. It has to be for a greater part that connects to your soul as a woman. That's what it has to be about. So lifting heavy, like I was helping Steve. There was a 9/11 memorial that he was putting together for the firehouse. He was welding things, and there's a piece of one of the towers that was given to the town. So he was putting this a beautiful memorial together, and he had to paint it and all this stuff. Let me tell you, that piece from one of the towers, heavy as fuck. That thing, right? So I had to help him get it into the bed of the truck, and then from the bed of the truck into the garage, and then back into the bed of the truck, so he could bring it over to the firehouse and install it. And I'm not going to lie, like it feels very good to be capable,
Mm-hmm.
to understand I can do this and I'm not going to hurt my back because I know how to lift and I know how to brace my core. And I know, and then of course, I could tell Steve's looking at me like, yeah, like my wife can seriously help me with this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how heavy this thing was, 200 pounds. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, I can legitimately help him with things. Or even when we went to go get our washer and dryer and the guy couldn't help us because I think he had like a back issue or something like that. And I took the other side of the washer and the guy's like, that's really heavy. And my husband's like, yeah, just watch.
She's Dana Lee,
And I'm
okay?
like, yeah,
I'm
I
married
own
to
a fitness
Dana.
business. Like, I don't lift just for like shits and giggles. Like, I love that I can actually like take care of things and feel really good about myself in everyday operations of whatever has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, there's a sense of feel good and confidence in my capability that no one can give me in a pill.
Mm-hmm.
It's not possible. You can't get it on in surgery. You can't get it like any other way.
Mm-hmm.
Like that stuff is a level of like, I want to say earning, but it's not earning. It's you over time you're doing for yourself and you're doing for yourself and you're doing for yourself. So your trust within yourself grows. And then your understanding of what you're capable of doing grows. So and I believe we were talking about this in our last conversation. So it's like now it's pretty obvious why I wouldn't be asking somebody else what's good for my body,
Mm-hmm.
because I have too much evidence and too much proof and too much experience of me showing myself,
Mm-hmm.
showing up for myself, and then showing myself what I'm capable of.
Yeah. And the confidence, I would always say, like with my kids, I would watch my kids struggle to figure something out. Okay. And I really wanted to get in there and just do it for them. But when I watched them accomplish something, and I mean, even so simple as putting a couple blocks on top of each other and they figure it out on their own, and they're so that gives them confidence.
Mhm.
Figuring out a move in the gym, or a or just constantly just getting better at something over time, something like lifting, from like going from I went from absolutely nothing, I lifted nothing, I just moved my body when I started working out with Dana. And I tell the girls all the time, like, girls, don't worry about whether or not you can pick up a weight, because did nothing. I had so much back pain, so much body, so much extra in the middle. It was just so hard for me just to move my body at that point, that over time I would be like, hey, I think I might be able to pick up 1 pound, and then maybe 5 pounds. And that confidence totally surpasses, like, just knowing that I'm like doing something for myself, feeling better at the end of that workout, feeling winded, taking a good shower afterwards. And then the next time I go, doing a little itty bitty bit better. That's confidence that you cannot put in a size of a clothes, or, like you said, a pill or Botox or all the things that are quick fixes. And nothing against any of those things, because God knows I've looked into them. But like, I'm telling you, like, when I say, like, moving things or getting up off the ground, like that was one of the big like the big whoop-de-doos that I was like so freaking excited about. When I was like on the ground, I just got up off the ground and I was like, guys, I just got up off the ground. I didn't make any noise, and it didn't take me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, because I was on the ground outside with my dogs. I mean, this is like, who the fuck cares how much I weigh? That's the kind of thing that like
Yeah.
stuck in me, like a huge ground. What is it called when you reach a goal? A huge goal that I didn't even have.
Yeah.
A something that was like, oh my gosh, who cares how much I weigh? I just got up off the ground. Who cares what size I am? I got off the ground. And when I tell you that, like, I couldn't move, and I was like the kind of mom that was like, are you going in the kitchen? Will you get me a bag of chips? That was me.
Mm.
And that was who I had to be at that time. But I wasn't happy. I wasn't comfortable. And why was I asking anyone to get me a bag of chips? Because it hurt to get up. First of
Mhm.
all, it was painful to get up. I didn't want to stand and make food for myself. It hurt to stand for too long. And a bag of chips is quick and easy. And so, but I was like, wow, over time, pieces by pieces by pieces, like the exercise made me confident.
And the thing is too, like it legitimately ignites your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It like does something to your spirit when you have those kind of moments of like, oh my God, I just got off the ground and I did it rather quickly and my back didn't hurt me. And like those kind of moments is so elating and so exciting that that's the stuff that propels you to like really want to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But if you continue to make exercise be about the weight loss, it's a I don't know any other way to say this, but I'm just going to say it. It's very shallow.
Mm-hmm.
And no wonder why you don't stick with it. because
Yeah.
it's shallow. It's not deep into the spirit. You're doing it because of the aesthetic reasons, which, listen, we all want to look good. I'm not saying that. Of course I want to look good for as long as I possibly can. But my point is, when you lead by trying to look good, it is it doesn't usually last. That's the on the wagon, off the wagon. I work out, I stop working out, I do it for 3 months, then I don't know what happens because it's got to be something within you that really moves you and ignites your spirit. And then you start to like really understand fundamentally why you're doing it for yourself and why it becomes such an important non-negotiable in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the more you do study science, and now they're, of course, finding out about correlations between brain health and Alzheimer's and dementia and those kinds of things. So you want to be lifting and exercising, on a fairly consistent basis. So you get those benefits as well. To me, again, that's more like it's not like I'm doing this exercise to get X result. It's like such a part of there's so many benefits. That's why when you first asked the question, I'm just like, where do I even want to go with this? Because I even know times where, like, you get into bad places and like you get challenged with things going on, whether things going on in the world, things going on in your family, things going on, in your career, whatever it is. And I lift with my girls. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like my group of ladies who accept me for being me, and I just know when I'm done with that workout, it just helps me feel a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me a little bit more like, oh, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
glad I did that for myself. And even so, afterwards, sometimes I would let myself off the hook. Listen, if I'm like really feeling down, okay, you want to just like sit and, you know, Netflix and not do anything. Okay, I'm gonna work out and I'll see how I feel on the other side of that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I don't even need the thing because the movement like regenerated another perspective and again moved some emotions through the body, like literally let things out because it feels good. It feels good to be doing something where I almost feel like it's a little bubble. There's nothing else for me to do but to lift those weights, you know? Now maybe you're somebody who gets on a spin bike or you go running or, some other means, maybe you go swimming and you're in that pool and it's just you and your laps and the rhythm that
Mm-hmm.
you get into and your breath. It can be meditative.
Yeah.
It can be really meditative and it can keep you focused on the present moment. And that is something that I really love about lifting because especially as I'm pushing myself, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the moves that I put together, yeah, they do require a little bit of coordination. What are we doing with the right? What are we doing
Sometimes.
with the left?
But
Yeah.
in your classes, they're gonna laugh at that one.
Yeah. But it helps keep
Yeah.
you present to what
Yes.
you're doing instead of checking out and thinking, projecting yourself either in the past or the future or whatever. It gets you present.
Mm-hmm.
And something, I guess, as Oprah would say, something I know for sure is that the more present I am to my life, the more satisfied, rich, rewarding, meaningful I feel,
Mm-hmm.
the more plugged in and connected I feel.
Yeah.
So, exercise is also that for me.
Yeah. Yeah. What gets me walking into that room and starting a workout and just or putting on the workout clothes is not um like you say, like all of the list of benefits. It's just the way you feel, the way I feel when I'm done and when I'm, just I always and it's funny because like there's been times when I've missed a workout and I've noticed like my attitude is a little bit shittier just
Mhm.
because like I got to get that energy out of me because it's like a tangible way. Like, say there is something going on in the world, and I just need to like get. I sometimes I think about the things that are bothering me, and I'll lift it and I'll push it out, or I'll do a plank and I'll be like, and I'll feel it and I'll push it out of my body, and it feels good, you
Mhm.
know, and then it's just therapeutic.
It is.
Feels good.
And I mean, therapeutic to also we didn't even talk about if the social component too of
Oh yeah.
exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Which we had done. One of the topics we covered was like community and how important our friends are, and
Mm-hmm.
to have, and I think that is also where like CrossFit ended up so, blowing up and becoming so popular because they did community really well. Um, when you feel like you're part of something, it's it creates meaning in life, in purpose in your life, and to feel understood and to feel like you're among people who get you, and you know that's it's so it's everything. I mean, it's everything.
Yeah.
That's why I actually got back to, for years I filmed workout videos and built my fitness platform, but I went back to training, group training in person, and have a, pretty successful program here at my studio with training women in real life in group. And that is one thing that they tell me after training for a while. They'll come to me because of the health issue, right? Or whatever. They come to me because they want to lose weight, and they want to get their bones strong, and they want to learn how to lift properly. Some of them will say that. Um, but then why do they stay? Because they make friends,
Mm-hmm.
because they have fun, because they realize like, wow, this is like way more than the workout. Like you have a really rough day at work, and it's like, oh, I couldn't wait to get here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it should be. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't wait to get here, because it's not just the workout. And even if that means, and I say this a lot to my ladies too, and I do this for myself, if you're feeling really heavy and down, just show up and do the bare minimum. Don't lift the weights that you lifted last week. Don't even worry about that. Just go through the motions. But what normally happens is they may start to do that in like the first set, and then they're like, I can handle 10. Oh, okay. And then you end up
Mm-hmm.
just handling the weight that you normally do anyway. And it gets you right back into, again, being present with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're focusing on something you're doing for you. So that is where, if you have anger and resentment and other things going on where you just feel pulled in a million directions, this can help bring that all back in, and around people that you don't feel like you have to perform for. And everyone's there for the same reasons. And either you can talk if you want to talk. You don't have to talk if you don't want to talk. Like we play awesome music. I, take music requests, all that stuff. It's like the community element of exercise is is like just as important, and I think speaks to also the spirit I was talking about before. It ignites a spirit within you,
Mm-hmm.
and being in the community, being in the right community for you will also do that.
Mm-hmm.
you know and I have a client who, she always worked out on her own, kind of was a loner, and she started working out with me because she actually was coming off of a foot injury, and she couldn't do yoga, and she couldn't do like Orange Theory, and she couldn't do, so she's like, she knew me because we've been friends for so many years, and she lives about a half an hour away, but she's like, you know what, I'm going to come to you just so we can, because she knew I would help her work around the foot issue. It's like, don't even worry about that. So she drove the extra mile. And then she realized, like, she's like, I had no idea how much I would enjoy working out in a group.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now she comes 3 days a week.
Ah,
And her foot is healed, and she still keeps coming because she's like,
awesome.
yeah. She's like, I just didn't know. I was so
Mm-hmm.
busy being a mom and
Yeah.
taking care of business, and because that's how we met. She has had her own business, and so yeah, like I guess some of that with exercise is like you don't you're exposed to it and you give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
You give it a chance and give it a chance for different reasons at this stage of your life.
Yep.
Not for the other reasons like you did for vanity reasons and weight loss reasons. Let all that stuff be the side effect.
Mm-hmm.
Let the main components be because you want to do something really awesome for yourself, empowering. You want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
You want to seek to be around people who are like-minded, up to really good things in their life. Like that shit. Whew, that's the rising tides lift all ships, like truly.
Yeah. Great
Great
talk.
talk. Yeah, great talk. Great talk. All
Awesome.
right. So if you are listening in and you want more of this like community and you're interested, maybe you want to do our live stream workouts with me and Mandy. We do Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern time. We have women from Canada, from Lori comes in from Arizona.
Arizona. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, tuning in from all over. So that we actually include part of our mentorship program because the mentorship, yes, we help women heal a relationship with food, but part of it is the movement and rebuilding and reframing, like what does exercise mean to you? We talked a bit about that last time, recess,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also this like idea about the integration of the things that what is it going where are you paying attention to the areas in your life to truly give yourself nourishment and heal, and exercise and the proper types of exercise that's good for your body at this stage of your life is really important. So there's a link to book a call with Mandy right below this video. I highly recommend you take me up on that offer. It's just a conversation. You can learn about the mentorship and see what it might look like to get some real support from women like us from wherever you are in the world. So, all right. So thanks for tuning into this episode, and we will see you next time.